Welcome back everyone to episode 4 of my survival Minecraft playthrough. Now, it has been a while since I've posted, and that's because I was on vacation and then I've been home for a little bit. But after being gone for vacation for so long, it took me a little while to readjust back to my normal life. But I'm back and I'm excited to start making YouTube videos again. So where we left off in the last episode, we made this little farming area right here. And in today's episode, I want to finish that. So I want to add some more fields over here. I want to add another pen over here. And then I want to completely finish the interior of this stable. And maybe if we have enough time, we finish a little area for our nether portal. So to get started, I want to do something simple. We're going to build a potato field and a carrot field right here. I'm going to try and keep these hills here and keep them as natural as possible because I kind of like how it encloses this area. But we'll kind of terrain this area a little bit. And then we'll kind of continue from there. So let's get started. Alright, I finished building the field. And as you can tell, we don't have all the crops planted, but that's okay. The basis for the field is done. We got our nice leaf border. Comes all the way back here, where we have some nice coarse dirt lining the edge of here. And yeah, this will be kind of the main area where all the crops are. And then this kind of more decorative, because you can kind of see there's not as much space over here. But on this side of the pathway, we're going to have potatoes. And on this side, we'll have carrots. And these pathways actually are little shortcuts. So you can come up here and over there. And then coming back here, this leads to our main pathway up to our house. So you can see it's a nice little shortcut from all the way down there. And then we can go up to our house. But that's all for the field. We just need to get some more crops planted and then it's done. Now what I want to start working on is the field or the pasture for our sheep, because last episode I built this little stable here or animal pen, and these sheep, I like them, but I don't think they fit with this little animal pen. So what I'm going to do is make a pasture up here, add a little like cozy shack thing. I don't know. That kind of extends off our main stable building, and then we'll have a nice large pasture for our sheep to roam in because they need a lot of grass, and I kind of have like some coarse dirt and rooted dirt and stuff that they can't graze on, and then they end up just making it look not so good because I'm trying to keep this a little aesthetic. So we'll make a big pasture for them that doesn't need to be as aesthetic as these animal pens. So first plan of action, we're going to build our little overhang here, or our little, den, whatever you want to call it, for the sheep. And then we'll kind of line this pasture with some fences, and we'll kind of go from there, maybe build some things in the center. But I really like how our fields turned out, and I'm ready to get started on this pasture. All right, the first thing we're going to do is start leveling out this terrain. The first thing I want to do is build that little resting place for the sheep, and then we're going to kind of clear this out. I still want this nice gradual hill, but it's a little too steep right here, and I want to make it a little more gradual. Also, there's kind of this cliff here, and I want to smooth that out. So let's do that, and then we can get started on the fence and the little hut. And now that we got the terraforming done, you can see we got a gradual hill here. And then we have a nice large open area up here that the sheep can graze on. And then we're going to place in these fences so we can kind of close off where we want our sheep pasture to be. We'll just start right here. Maybe bring it out a little more. I want to have a little pathway right here so we can continue this way and we're not just blocked off by these two pens of animals. So we'll leave a little gap here so we can walk through, and we'll just bring this up here. And there we have it. We have a nice perimeter lining our sheep pasture. I think there's a really good area, good sized area, so we can have a lot of sheep. And there's a lot of grass, so they're not competing for land to eat and regrow their wool. So I think this will really work out nicely. Now, I just want to add some details and stuff, but we can do that later. Like maybe add a tree in the center, some on the outside, a few rocks, hay bales, you know, stuff like that, make it a little nicer. And then we'll start moving the sheep in here, and we'll probably put goats or pigs in there. That's kind of what I decided for now. And yeah, but next thing I want to get started on is working on this stable, because yeah, it's kind of empty on the inside, doesn't look too nice, and I don't even have that wall filled in. So we'll work on that next, and I'm excited to see how this will turn out. Maybe we can also add some animals in here and, you know, make it a little nicer than it is currently. It looks nice from the outside, but the inside is kind of, yeah, it's kind of a workspace right now, and we'll change that here in a second. Okay, so I forgot to hit record, but I replaced this floor from grass to coarse dirt, and I'm gonna add a little bit of packed mud and rooted dirt just so it adds a little more texture in here. And I'm probably gonna do the same over here because it's a little bland, a lot of coarse dirt, and I think it really looks nice. All the coarse dirt, rooted dirt, and packed mud that we got over there. So I'm gonna do that on the inside, and if we do something out here, we'll do it later when we add larger details, because this is probably gonna move. It's like way too close to the edge here, and then we can probably keep this here, but I want to add a few more things. That way it livens the area up. So we got our packed mud and our rooted dirt in here, and I think it looks really nice, a little weathered down look. The next thing I want to do is build a kind of workstation right here. Maybe a little chicken pen, little chicken area here, just so we can get eggs and stuff. And then I'm going to build a little doorway and probably just a little window here so we can get to the sheep pen from here. And we'll kind of make a little overhang here for the sheep to kind of lay under and chill. So that'll be our next plan of action. So I think I'm going to start with the workstation area though. That way this workstation can go away and we'll have one that looks a lot nicer. All right, so the little workstation I got here is complete. And I also added some windows and a door and some more windows over here. Looks really nice in my opinion. And then we got our little water refilling station, barrels, furnaces, you know, just everything you need in a little workstation. And then for the windows out here, I decided to add some overhangs. This one's pretty nice. And then this one over here is also really nice. Just using trapdoors and half slabs really makes a nice overhang. And then one last thing I decided to do was I changed the roof shape a little bit again. I know I've done that like a ton of times, but this is the final iteration. You probably can't even tell that I changed it, but I think it looks really nice. And yeah, it's just got a nice shape. It wasn't bad before, but I just tweaked it a little bit. I don't know, something about it irked me and I just had to change it. So I think it looks really nice though. Now we're gonna get started on the little chicken area, which will probably just be a few fences. So we'll come up here, grab some fences, spruce fence gate, then we'll just go like this. And there we go. I think that's all I'm gonna do for the chickens. I mean, I'll probably put some water in there and stuff, but other than that, I feel like that's really all I need for chickens. Just a small little area that they can hang out in. And then the last thing we have to do down here is just build a staircase right along here. And we'll start working on the upstairs area where we'll probably store some wheat, have some more storage. And then I probably won't make an attic because this is already large enough. I'll probably just make some beams up there so you can see the roof. So we'll take our spruce stairs and just line the wall here. There we go. Now, I think I'm going to build on this level. And I'll probably just add some stairs like this. That way we have access to this little chute here. And then we can, you know, pretend we're taking hay from down there in the crane and bringing it up here. So for the floor, I'm not sure what block I want to use. I'm thinking spruce because spruce is just an awesome block. But I kind of want to do something similar like I did in my house over there, where you have beams running across the ceiling. I think that would look really nice. So what I think I'm going to do, we're going to get some, I guess we'll take spruce. We'll take our stripped spruce logs, run them across here and over here, and then probably one in the center. That way we kind of have some nice tiles down there, or like ceiling tiles. And then we'll use slabs to give that little indentation on the bottom. All right, we got the floor done up here, and we'll also check out downstairs where you can see we got a nice structural feeling. Got plenty of logs, cross beams, a center support, and I really like how this turned out. It looks really nice and just adds a nice overall feel, and it's exactly what I was going for. So I'm super happy with how it turned out. But now we got to work on our area up here, where we're going to probably add some big hay bale stacks. Yeah, I don't know what else. That's kind of all I had, because we got this little conveyor belt, or not a conveyor belt, a little crane that we can haul stuff up and then take it on from here and pile it up over here. So I'll probably just add that, a few more chests and stuff. It won't be too detailed, but I'll probably also add some cross beams up here. No need for an attic. And then probably some other windows and stuff, more decorations. Nothing too functional up here, like our little workstation we got down here. So we'll do that, and we'll probably populate this little thing with chickens next. All right, so the upstairs is complete for the most part. We got our hay bales stacked up against there and some over here. We got a nice little table with a plant and an apple, just some random detailing. Also got this hanging pot. Probably going to add another one around here somewhere, but I need another chain, so I'll grab that later. It's not super detailed up here, but it doesn't have to be, because, I mean, I'm probably not going to come up here at all. Just wanted to add a little detail, so if you kind of catch a peek in here, you see some stuff. It's not just empty up here. But other than that, it's gonna turn out nice. The last thing we gotta do is add up some circular windows over here. That'll also help it look nicer on the exterior. And on the exterior here, we just got to add some plant boxes, a little overhang for the sheep, and those circular windows like I mentioned, and just kind of add that stuff all along the edges. And then the last thing we'll probably have to do is add some greenery, and we'll be done. So this place is coming along nicely, and let's get started on the exterior details. And the exterior is finished. We got a nice awning overhanging over our door here, which is super nice. I really like this mangrove wood. It's a really nice color, and the slabs allow you to make a more curved slope with that, because if I was just using like full red concrete blocks or wool, you only have full blocks, so you can't do as much. And then you'll see that we have some dirt there. I'm just trying to grow the grass from that flower box to this one. You can't even actually see it, but you know, I'd rather it just be green for the sake of it, because once I get an elytra, I'll probably be able to see that. So might as well just do it now. Then if we come over here, we got our other overhang that's made out of mangrove as well. This is where the sheep can kind of rest and stay away from the rain if it's raining or something, you know. It's not really, I mean, it's not really practical, but it looks nice. And then I added a jut out over here. You can see there's this line right here between the oak and the stone, and this kind of helps blend that in and break it up a little bit. This is just a nice little storage area that we got in the back here. I really don't use it for storage. You'll see in a second. It's very cramped, so not really using it. And then we got plant boxes back here, also waiting for that grass to grow. And for the roof, I added some cobbled deep slate to give it that more textured look. Same that we got going on over there. This looks a little more weathered and not as perfect. One more thing you can see on the exterior here is we got our attic windows. I was going to try and make a circular design, but the area is just too small. And so I just did a 1x2 window there. And we got a nice little overhang here to break it up. And it looks really nice from far away. Once we get rid of that dirt, the view from here will look amazing. The sable is already looking great. And now what I just need to do is add some greenery to the place. And that should be the finishing details on this build. So my plan for that is to build some rocks, maybe like one or two, and a tree in here. and maybe 2 or 3 trees lining this area. And then we come over to the field over here. I want to build possibly a tree on top of this hill and another one overhanging our little pathway through the field here, which I think will look really nice. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to show y'all was the little storage room. Yeah, just a chest. That's kind of basic. I added some more detail, some hay for the chickens that will eventually go in here, but nothing on the interior has really changed. That's about it. You can see like the windows and some cobbled deep slate, but that stuff was already shown outside. But for the most part, the stable's done. We just need to add those finishing details, and this place will be looking awesome. So I say we start a time lapse and get started with it. All right, and this whole area is complete now. So I'll take you on a tour and we'll end the episode there. So the last thing we did was add some greenery in and some finishing details. And this has really made this place liven up. The atmosphere these trees give this area is huge. So if we walk around here, we can come through our little pathway, our little shortcut here. And we got these 2 overhanging trees in this field. And this just looks really awesome. I'm really glad I decided to add these trees. They're difficult to add. I had to play around with them a lot, but they just really add a lot of atmosphere. Just walking under this feels, I don't know, it feels like I'm in like nature, even though I'm like in a video game, you know? Who cares? I think they look great, and that's all that matters, and I'm really proud of them. And then if we come over here, you can see that I moved the sheep, and they're now in their forever home. I just bred a bunch of them, so we got a bunch of babies, and you can already see they're already eating some grass. Ton of sheep in there, and maybe we gotta take him. I don't know. We'll let him live his life. But they got a huge area in here. They got a pond. They got plenty of space to eat the grass, and hopefully they don't eat it all, that it doesn't regrow, because Jesus Christ, they're eating a lot of grass. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad at a certain point. I might not add much more sheep in there because, yeah, there's a lot of grass being, oh my god, like every second. But hopefully it starts replenishing real quick here. And I forgot to mention this, but you can see we got some rocks, got a hay bale, got a tree, and a little pond there for them. Really nice. I think the sheep add a lot to it because I just added them, and it livens up this whole area, adds a lot of movement, and it really feels like a sheep pen instead of just like an empty little section of land that we got fenced off. And then we got these 2 background trees here. Eventually I'll add something over to this area, but I just decided to add them for now because, you know, we'll need some trees here, fill in some space, but they kind of seem out of place. I got to add, you know, more trees as we fill in this area, but I don't want to add too many because we might want to build something like in this area. And then if I built like 3 trees here and I got to destroy them, wouldn't be very fun because it takes like 20 minutes to build these trees. I'm kind of particular about them, so I want to make sure they look good. But that's about it for this episode. We got a lot done. I'm really proud of what we accomplished, and I think it turned out awesome. Like this whole stable area and this pen and the fields, it's just really good, really ties this area in, and we can start expanding towards this area, which I don't know what I'm going to build over here yet, but I'm kind of excited to kind of move away from the farm. Gives us a good food source, get good resources, got a lot of wool at hand. And yeah, the next thing I got to do, probably start off next episode by adding some pigs in here. but we can leave that for another episode. And then I just wanted to end this episode off on a little bit of a sentimental note. I really appreciate all the support I've gotten on the first 3 episodes of this series, and it's really made me feel bad about not posting in a while. But you know, sometimes things get rough and you just got to deal with them. And I'm glad to be back posting videos. I don't know when the next episode will come out, but just know I'm going to be working on it. And I just really enjoy making these videos, even if sometimes life gets in the way and you got to do other things and you don't want to do your work and stuff. Yeah, I just really appreciate all the support. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. So that's been episode 4 of this series, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.